guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey. In today's video we're going to talk a little bit about lash extensions. I am a fully qualified beauty therapist and there is lots of kind of names for us. Some beauty therapists will be qualified in like just nails or just facials, lashes. Some people are qualified in everything. There really is a massive spectrum. Anyway, I am additionally qualified in lash extensions. I qualified with Nouveau lashes, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about who's suitable for them, who isn't, some common misconceptions, if you're thinking about getting them or you want to get them for a special occasion or you've had a bad experience, then this video is for you. So if you want to hear a little bit about lash extensions, my tips and tricks and a little bit of advice, then just keep watching. First of all, I'll just explain a little bit about what lash extensions are. Now, there's a lot of different types of lash extensions. What I'll try and do is I'll try and get pictures and put them up on the screen to show you the different types as I'm talking about them. Lash extensions generally is an individual lash, and what happens is this individual lash, your technician will take this lash, they will separate out an individual lash on your eye and they'll glue that lash to the lash. I'm going to say lash a lot in this video. So it's an individual lash extension. So it's an individual lash which is glued to your individual natural lash. For Russian volume, 4D lashes, 3D lashes, that sort of thing, basically what it is exactly the same thing, but instead of gluing one lash to one lash, it's maybe like 3 or 4 lashes spread out in a little fan glued to one lash. So if you can imagine, you're then multiplying every lash on your eyeball by 3 or by 4. So that gives you the extra volume, that gives you those really sort of doll-like lashes. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much as simple as that. As you can imagine, it takes an awful long time to do. You lie on the bed, your technician sits up above your head and looks down on your lashes. There's pads put underneath your eyes to hold your bottom lashes down, and you keep your eyes closed for the entirety of the treatment. I hope that that kind of explains to anybody who doesn't really know the procedure how it goes. If you get any more questions on what the actual procedure is like, leave a comment and I will try and answer. So that's a little bit about what they actually are. Now, if you are considering getting them done, you need to consider if you're suitable. Now, obviously you can go to somebody and be like, look, am I suitable to get this done? This is a little bit about me, blah, blah, blah. You can have a consultation, which is totally fine. But a lot of the times people, 1, don't even carry out a consultation. 2, don't really care. They just want to say yes and get your money off you. Or 3, they're really busy and really just need to deal with people who know what they want and come in and they get it done. Yes, obviously we have a responsibility to look after you, but it is a little bit easier if you kind of know a little bit more about it before you come in. Because I'm not suitable for lash extensions, which is funny because I do them, but then again I can't do them on myself, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not suitable because I can't wear them. That sounds really obvious, but basically what it is I'm an eye rubber, I have dry eyes, I wear a lot of makeup, which means, I mean, I don't like on a regular basis day to day wear a lot of makeup, but I film a lot, I do videos for TikTok, I do videos here, I do Instagram pictures, so I'm taking on and putting on and taking off makeup a lot, and it means rubbing my eyes and taking, it would just take me forever if I had to be really careful around my eyes with the lash extensions on. So I'm really not a good candidate for them. Could I get them for like a special occasion like a wedding or something like that? Absolutely, but they wouldn't last very long on me, so there's absolutely no point in me keeping them infilled and keeping them up and spending all that money because I couldn't look after them. So that's a good sort of example. So are you somebody who wears a lot of makeup? Do you wear a lot of makeup on a regular basis? Is your makeup waterproof? Do you wear eyeliner? You know, stuff like that. Because I would advise, if you're gonna wear makeup with your lash extensions, to take off anything that's round about the lash with a cotton bud. No oil, you know, be very careful with makeup removers because obviously you don't want to break down that glue. So that's one thing to consider. Do you rub your eyes? I rub my eyes so much. Like, I have to remind myself when I have makeup on not to rub my eyes because I'll get black all over my face. But I am an eye rubber, and I do like to, once I've taken my makeup off, I do like to give my eyes a good rub. I don't recommend it. I don't think that you should rub your eyes, but I have dry eyes, so I do tend to find that I will rub my eyes a lot. That's the other thing as well. Do you suffer from any eye conditions? Like, do you have dry eyes? Are you susceptible to infections? Things like that. Do you like to use oily products? So do you use an oily face cleanser? Do you use an oily makeup remover sort of thing? Do you like to use that? Because obviously if you use it, you can just stop using it. But if you like to use it and you don't want to stop using it, obviously it's going to affect the lashes. Do you sleep on your face? I sleep on my face, or I sleep like on this side like that. So what happens is the lashes on this side that are touching the pillow will always be skew with, and they'll get rubbed and they'll fall out quicker. So you won't have overall loss of lashes, but this side you'll really struggle to keep them in. Can you afford to have them infilled? Now, like I said before, if you want to get them for a special occasion, totally fine. I mean, they're not going to hurt your lashes. You do have to sort of look after them and just let them fall out naturally, or come back and get them removed. You can actually buy a removal kit as well. If you want to have them permanently and you want to keep them, you need to be able to afford to get them infilled. If you come in to me and get lash extensions, you could be paying £40 or £50 or a little bit more than that. But generally it's around 40 or 50. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to be like, what, only 40, 50? In my area, that's quite a good price. So for your £40, you're getting a full set of lash extensions. They are the natural style ones, though they're not the full sort of in your face glam ones. So you'll pay £40. 2 weeks later, if you come in to see me and to get an infill, you'll maybe pay £20. You'll maybe pay £15, you know, just depending on how well you've kept them. That's a ballpark figure, don't anybody take that as gospel. I would need to look at the lashes and see how well you'd looked after them, see how many I would then have to put in to see how much, because if you're in with me for half an hour, I'm not going to charge you £40, you know what I mean? It's very different person to person. But if you wait for 4 weeks and then come in and see me, you're going to need a full set. So it's not a case of come in for 45 minutes and get an infill. It's a full set that you'll need. So if you do that every 4 weeks, you're going to be paying £40 every 4 weeks, and you're not going to have lash extensions all that 4 weeks, if you know what I mean. So if you pay to get it done every 2 weeks with your infills, you're going to have lash extensions consistently. It just kind of rolls over with your natural lash cycle. So you're going to have nice lashes, and you're going to have a consistent sort of lower amount to pay. The other thing I would say is look at the brand you're getting them done with. Look at the price. Don't just get it done because they're the cheapest available. Look at other people that have had them done, not at that specific salon, but maybe more so with that specific brand. So when I used to get lash extensions a long time ago, I can remember when I used to get them done, I mean, and this wasn't anything to do with the person or the brand, really, it was more just about what was available at the time, is when I can remember when you opened your eyes after like 2 hours of getting them done, your eyes would sting like you had super glue all over them. So that was just the old-fashioned glue. And basically what it is if you get super glue and you smell it, I'm not telling anybody to sniff glue by any means, but if you know, you can smell the super glue, that's basically solvents evaporating out of the glue so the glue will dry. Basically what a lot of brands have done now is they've moved on to glues that cure. What it means is instead of it evaporating chemicals and vapors out into your eyeball, basically what they do is they suck moisture out of the air around about it and dry that way. So as it soaks in moisture, it dries. So if you were to put the glue in a room with absolutely no moisture in it, it would never ever dry. If I was to put it in water, it would cure instantly and it would dry instantly. So there's no stinginess to the eye. Now, not all companies have done this. I know Nouveau have. I'm not sure about what other ones have, but I know other ones have as well. that's going to be a lot more comfortable for people with sensitive eyes. I think the glues are a lot stronger as well because they cure layer by layer, but they do require you to be very, very careful with them, because it's not just a case of don't get them wet because they're not dry yet. If you step into a shower that's steamy, even if you keep your eyes completely away from the water, if you go into a steamy shower, they're going to dry instantaneously and they're going to be so brittle that they're just going to fall out. Same with if you get them wet, they're going to dry really quickly and it's going to make them brittle. So for the next 48 hours, you have to be very careful. The other thing to consider is, do you need a patch test? Some companies do require you to have a patch test, some don't, depending on the glue, stuff like that. If you're sensitive, I would request a patch test anyway. If you've taken a reaction to anything in the past, and I don't mean like breaking out because of foundation, I mean if you've taken an allergic reaction to a cosmetic product or a glue or anything like that, ask for a patch test. Then talk to your lash technician and see which ones you're suitable for as well, because obviously you don't want to pay 70, 80, 90 pounds to get Russian volume lashes if they're gonna be too heavy for your lashes and not last 3 days. Get in touch with people as well, see how forthcoming they are, because if they're willing to offer up a lot of information to you, then you know that they kind of know what they're talking about, and you know that they're not just going to put you onto the most expensive thing so that they can make their money at the end of the day. So the last thing obviously that I would say is find out about your aftercare. Make sure that your lash technician is either giving you something to take home with you. Say, have you got a leaflet that I can take home with me? Or make sure that they tell you the correct aftercare and make sure you follow it. No, they don't ruin your lashes. As long as they're done by a trained professional, they're done properly and they're looked after properly, they will not ruin your lashes. Just like nail extensions won't ruin your nails, and just like hair extensions won't ruin your hair. You are in control of how they affect your natural lashes. So if you're looking after them properly, if they're applied properly, they won't hurt your natural lashes. If a lash falls out and your lash is attached to it, either something has caused that to come out, so rubbing of the eye, whether it's by accident or on purpose, you've woken up and one's come out, it could be that you've rubbed it in your sleep, or that lash was just naturally going to shed, and obviously it's going to take the lash extension with it. So don't ever jump to conclusions and think, oh my god, it's falling out. Yeah, that's probably like the biggest common misconception, that they ruin your lashes, and no they don't. You just have to look after them and keep them infilled regularly, and you can get lash conditioning serums and stuff like that as well. Whether they work or not, I couldn't tell you, but it obviously will keep the lash and keep the glue supple as well, so it'll stop it from drying out. If you have any questions about lash extensions, please leave them in the comment section down below and I will answer them for you. As I said, I'm fully trained, so I should know all of the answers. If I've left anything out, I will put it in the description box for you, or I'll flash it up on the screen while I'm editing. While I'm editing, loads of things normally flood into my head, so if I think of anything, I'll put it on the screen for you. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much it. So I really hope that this video helped you in deciding whether or not you should get lash extensions, and a little bit of help and advice on how to go about it. If you enjoyed or it helped at all, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!